Yeah, today, since I'm usually very Amish on my videos, this is a paper of what I'm going to be talking about, and I am going to go through everything on the list. Alright, here we go. So first things first, and this is in order of your video, your sign language was muy bien, very good. But you do realize that I already know the alphabet, right? Like A, B, C, D, E, F. I already know that. So there was no reason in you doing that. But it's cool for demonstration, you know. I'm just like, that was pointless. I already know about it. And like, German. I love German. A whole lot. And now, you dropping out of, study skills is great, but don't you think trash is a little gross? But then again, you do get to talk to all your friends and everything, so it has its perks. Alright, so you talked about getting a job earlier in the video, and then you talked about getting a job later in the video. But when you do get a job this October, you should save up money and visit me. It would make me very happy if you came to see me, because I have to wait till January before I can start applying anywhere. So I'm not gonna have money, but you will, which will be great, because then you can come down and visit me, which is also muy bien. Oh my god. The next thing on the list is a certain middle school buddy that we had that cut his hair. Why did he cut his hair? Like, you remember in 8th grade when we used to flick his hair, just flicking it, and he used to freak out because he obsessed so bad over his hair? Why did he? It doesn't make sense. Silly Y-Pass kids. Ugh. Anyway, and then you talked about rules. Now I'm just spitballing ideas here, you know? But what the first thing that popped in my mind was we should read a book. And it does not have to be the same book, but it has to be a book. And we read it, we need to read one book every month, and then at the end of the month, we talk about our book. Like in a video, but it doesn't have to be all we talk about in the video, but it is something to, look at. And another rule is maybe a word of the day, possibly, but I don't really like that one because most words of the day that I know, you already know, so, unless you want me to get in the back of my, literature book and start pulling out words, or chemistry books and start pulling out words, I'll do that. I'm open to any other ideas, we just need to discuss them so I can get a chart down. The Yeti. Well, a Yeti is a good idea. It's already been done before. AKA Sarah Green, who is John Green and Hank Green's Yeti. So, if we got a Yeti, we wouldn't call it a Yeti, and I would feel very comfortable it was someone we both knew and we could talk to over the phone while on video, so we could know hey, this is going on. Yeah. You were disappointed in me because I was disappointed that I didn't have school? A, I'm a nerd who values education, and B, that threw me off schedule so bad. I was supposed to have 3 odd days and 2 even days, and I was supposed to start on an odd day, but when I went to school Tuesday, I started on an even day, and I'm just happy that I carry around all my stuff so it didn't mess me up that bad. Oh my god, your face with the Doctor Who thing was great. It was just great. You're just yeah, it was pretty great. But, like, you're not even that far ahead of me in Doctor Who, because I'm on, like, season 4, episode 3, which is, the episode after, I think it's the episode after Donna gets on board, and I haven't started it yet. I love Donna, but then Rose was there. And Rose, like, was all, I mean, not Rose, but Donna was all excited, and Rose, like, made a sad face and then walked away and disappeared into the middle of the street, and I was like, Rose, and the doctor doesn't even know you were there. Yeah, that's how I was, like, right there. You said that every time I recommend something for you to watch, read, or view, or you have accepted it. And that's not true. There's one thing that I've been pressing for you, with you, for like a year and a half now. And yeah, if you're thinking that is something that used to annoy you to no ends in 8th grade, you're right. That wonderful word is anime. Which brings me to our first challenge. I challenge you to watch at least the first season of Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. While it's the same characters and same central theme, the plots at a certain point change completely. So it's like 2 completely different shows, but it's like really good. It's not one of those pointless ones that don't really have a plot. I mean, it's really meaningful. It had me on the verge of tears like so many times. It was crazy. And you were talking about how you had a, like, the levels of Nerdfighteria, I guess would be a good name for it, and you were like, senior executive nerds, nerd fighters, and then nits, who are baby nerds. I think that, like, the executive nerd fighters, you can't really get up there. You can get high, the senior executive nerd fighters, you can get higher up there, but there is, like, an elite group of senior executive nerd fighters, and those are John and Hank Green, and, like, those significant people that John and Hank talk about, like the Yeti and the Catherine and Maureen Johnson, I guess we could consider an elite nerd. I mean, not elite, a senior executive nerd. But for the most part, the rest of the base falls into the nerd fighters category. And then there are the nits, which are the people who are either just starting Vlogbrothers or have read a book or two, you know, or like spend a lot of time on EcoGeek but don't really know what it's about. Like, I think that would be a nit, because then it'll spark curiosity, and then they'll be like, you know, 2 months down the road you see them just like, oh my god, DFTBA, and then, you know, there's that one kid's like, they said DFTBA, they're a nerd fighter. And then, you know, they're Decepticons. But since Nerdfighteria is a, like, universal community thing now, we also gotta count in 2 groups that are significant in Nerdfighteria. You have the ordinary people, which are the people like I used to be in 7th and 8th and beginning of 8th grade. And like you used to be for most of 8th grade, and I think up until, like, the beginning of summer, maybe? And who are just, like, not really into Nerdfighteria, you know? And, like, they might have friends that are nerd fighters, or even nits, but they're not. So they're just ordinary people. They're just the people walking around all the time. And then you left out the Decepticons, Kayla. The Decepticons are very important in Nerdfighteria. They're our opposing force, you know? Like, our goal is to decrease levels of world suck, and they just increase it. They're just, like, shooting it through the roof, you know? And, like, we're, like, fighting against them. Well, not really physically fighting, because nerd fighters don't physically fight. We use things like words and good grammar and Shakespearean quotes and everything. We don't fight. But, yeah, like, you have the Decepticons, who are, like, like the Death Eaters. Like, Decepticons are like Death Eaters, and then you have us, who are like part of Dumbledore's army. You know? And in the end, good always triumphs over evil, but you still need the evil factor, or else the universe becomes out of balance. I can't believe you forgot that. It's actually part of my binder. You see, I got levels of Nerdfighteria. Senior Executive Nerds, Nerd Fighters, Nits, and then this little dotted line says not yet part of Nerdfighteria. And then you have Ordinary People, and then you have Decepticons at the very bottom. Yeah, and then on this side of my binder right now all I have is DFTBA, which brings me to the last point of this video, which I'm going to try to do really fast. Like, you know we can talk fast. This kid Logan on our bus used to be like, oh my god, how can you talk so fast and still understand each other? Well, we're amazing. We're from the north. But I'm getting this binder, and it's going to be my main school binder. It has all 8 of my classes in it, organized and perfected and everything. But it's going to be my Nerdfighter binder. I need quotes. John Green, Hank Green, and anything Nerdfighteria quotes. I already have DFTBA, and, like, I need more. So, I'm, like, going to see you tomorrow. I'm sorry that this is kind of late, because I really did not feel like doing a video today, but I'm kind of afraid of your punishments. So, DFTBA, and I'll see you later.